Hi, my name is Jeff Thornton, e-learning coach at Evans School and Glenwood Leadership Academy, and I just want to take a couple minutes to share with you a tutorial on how to get started with Audacity. One of the first things that you'll want to do is go to download the software, and you can either Google Audacity or you can go to this site right here. It says audacity.sourceforge.net, and once you get to this site, it will automatically determine if you're using a Windows machine or a Mac, and it will give you two options at the bottom. It's important to note, if you're a teacher who uses netbooks in your classroom, the version that your students use is this. There's not a lot of difference other than in this beta version, which is a newer one, there are some new features. However, if you want to be using exactly what your students are using, I would recommend this one here. The Windows does not have the A at the end, it's just 1.2.6. So once I click on that, it takes me to my next screen. Again, it's identifying that I'm on a Mac. The Windows version will look slightly different, but will be mostly the same. And I'm going to install the same thing, 1.2.6. I'm going to click on the same thing. It will give me my install here. I'm going to go ahead and install that, and then I'm going to start showing you here how to use this. Now, after the software is opened, you'll see several things here that are very familiar to us. Let's start with those first. There are some buttons here that are just basic, like what you would consider buttons that you would use to operate a music player of some sort. Your green button is your play button, the red is your record, here's a pause, here's stop, here's to go forward, and here's to go back. And these are usually to the very beginning or to the very end is how those usually work. This is your output of sound. After you've recorded something and you listen to it, you can see here the levels of your output. And then here's your input, so it's got the microphone to let you know this is the sound coming in. And as the sound comes in, you can monitor the levels here. You can turn up your speaker levels here. You can turn up your microphone levels up and down here. If the microphone is too loud, you can adjust it and bring it down. Right now, this is set on my default input source, which is the microphone that's built into my laptop, and that's what I'm using right now to do this recording. So I'm going to make a recording real quickly here. I'm just going to count, and then we're going to do some adjusting with it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I hit the record button, which then started recording instantly. Now, what might happen is, let's say you begin recording and it was a really good take, but you had a couple mistakes at the beginning or a couple mistakes at the end. You can then go in, let's say at the end, if I want to cut off some of this extra here at the end, I can highlight that. I can go up to this tool here, this is the cut tool, and it will get rid of that. Or maybe I want to take this number out, cut it out. Now let's go back and listen to it. Take it to the beginning, click play. 1, 2, 3, 5. Okay, so I cut that number completely out. Now there are several tools over here that would be of interest to you. This is the select tool. This is what gives me the ability to select parts as I'm editing. This is the magnifying tool. If I want to magnify down and I really want to do some precision editing and I want to get rid of some very specific things, I can use that. I'll make it, there we go, take it back down. This is a great tool if you want to move this section, this clip, and you want it over here. Let's say you need it here, it needs to start at 6, and we'll show you why that's important in just a minute. This tool is great for adjusting volume of the entire track. As you shrink it down, the volume becomes quieter, and as you make it larger, the volume is louder. And this tool is really effective, but you have to zoom down really far into each of the points. And it's going to say, if you haven't zoomed down enough, that you can't use this tool. So, try to zoom in here and see if I can get it to zoom. It says you have to be able to see the samples, which are these little dots. And now you can notice I've zoomed down into really tiny points here in the sound sample. If you want to get really detailed, you can come down and you can adjust these to do whatever you're needing it to do in the sound sample. we're not going to probably need that right now. So let's just go back out. But that's what that's for. And then here's a piece where you can actually set some points along the way. Say you want it to start quiet, and here you want it to grow. So at this point, it will start quieter and then get louder. So let's take a listen to that.
1, 2, 3, 5.
Okay. So then the next great thing is, let's say you want to have this clip going. I'll move it down just a little bit. And then you want to have some music or something else going on underneath that. Then you would hit your record button, and now it's recording. This is my what we call my second track, which is now going on at the same time as my first track is going on. And then what will happen is I can mix these two together, and I can decide if I want this one louder or this one softer, or I can do these kind of adjustments where I've made it get louder or softer at various points. Let's listen to this now.
Button. And now it's recording. This is what we call my second track, which is now going on at the same time as my first track is going on.
Okay, so this has lots of applications. You could have music down here that could be, you could bring in. You could have text and speech going on, and you could have something going underneath here. You could have someone narrating over something that's going on, and bring down the volume. You can also adjust the volumes of each one down here with this gain. You can also hit the mute button to only hear this track. Or you can hit the solo to get rid of everything else except for this track here. So these are some things that would be really helpful. One other great thing is if you go up into the File menu, and you can say, into the Project menu, you can say Import Audio. And this is really great if you want to go, if you have some music somewhere in your library and you want to bring it over, you can bring that song right here into Audacity, and you could make some cuts to it. You could change the music however you'd like. You can kind of rearrange it and make it into your own song, or you could use it and sing along with it if you wanted to, or you could also take a song and put something of interest that you might want to be expressing, make a podcast with it. Overall, this is really great software, I think, that has great potential for the classroom. And so this is just a quick overview of using Audacity. Thank you.